Hey guys, it's Colleen with the English Law Group. To continue to get updates, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. And today I'm going to talk to you again about forbearance and mortgages and missed payments during the COVID-19 pandemic. So I've done a lot of videos recently on what forbearance means, warnings, things to think about before you quit making payments. And I just wanted to give you some insight that was determined as of yesterday, May 19th. So this is a really big deal. Up until this point, if you had a forbearance, it really was bad on your credit. And a forbearance is when you ask for the lender to allow you to not make payments for a little while. It damaged your credit. You were not qualified for getting a loan because it was considered a modification for about a year to a year and a half. Well, with COVID-19 and the CARES Act, all of that kind of stuff is out the window. Big thing is that this is a very fluid situation and we are getting updates daily on how this stuff's going to be treated. The good news is that last week they determined that instead of having to come up with a lump payment after once you start making your payments again, so let's say you ask for 3 months, you don't make your payments for 3 months, instead of having to pay 4 months worth of mortgage payments on that 4 months, you just continue to make your mortgage payments as you had been prior to the pandemic. Fantastic news, huge. That will probably limit the number of defaults. At least we're hoping that's what the effect is. They are not supposed to be reporting this to the credit bureaus to negatively affect your credit because there's just so many people. Right now, I think the number is at 4 million that are in forbearance. But I want to also let you know that, which was news to me, you could be in forbearance and you don't even know it. So forbearance doesn't mean necessarily, during the pandemic at least, that you called up, you asked for it, and you quit making your payments. There are some lenders that put everyone into forbearance that had a certain type of a loan. They just clicked it so that if you quit making your payments, they didn't have to say, oh, they never called to ask. Everybody was put into forbearance. Now, this caused problems for people that were going to be buying houses or refinancing already. They're like, I didn't even know. I didn't know that I was in forbearance, and I've been making my payments. How can I be penalized for something I never even asked for? Well, they were. So as of yesterday, what they determined was, and they is the Federal Housing Financing Administration or Agency, excuse me, they determined that even if you were considered in forbearance, like they clicked the box, you're in forbearance now, even if that's the case, if you continue to make payments, it is as if it never happened. Because like I said, a lot of people didn't even realize that they were in the category of forbearance. Now, if you continue to make your payments, or let's say you're like, I'm not going to make my payment, and then you get a job, your unemployment check finally comes in, and you decide that, yes, in fact, I am going to make my mortgage payment, all good. No harm, no foul. You're totally fine. Now, if you need that time to breathe and you need to have a couple months off of mortgage payments, then you can utilize the forbearance period and you just quit making your payments. As soon as you start to make the payments, you can go back to, in most cases, you can go back to making your normal monthly mortgage payments. As soon as you have a history of 3 months of making mortgage payments in full and on time, then you can qualify for a new loan as a refinance, or if you want to downgrade, upgrade, whatever you want to do, you can get a fresh loan. So this is a really big deal because prior to this, everyone was basically penalized for 1 year to about a year and a half. They'd be prohibited from getting any type of a loan, a conventional or an FHFA, VA, anything like that, without having to wait for that period to go. So the big news is that if you call up today your lender and you find out, oh my gosh, they put me into forbearance, I never even asked for it, not a big deal if you continue to make your payments. If you can't, and there are millions of people out there that can't make mortgage payments right now, as soon as you start making them again and you make them solid, on time, everything for 3 months, you'll be good to go too. Now, I do want to tell you that this is not every type of loan. So you want to make sure that your loan qualifies under these parameters. It is always best to get the information directly from the source, directly from the lender. And this is just a broad stroke overview of most mortgages. There are still private lending mortgages if you're at a smaller bank and you're in a portfolio loan, or if there's just all different types of loans. So I say this with extreme caution. Make sure that you always reach out prior to skipping a payment to find out what the ramifications are going to be. Because while this applies to the vast majority, it may not apply to you. I will probably give you an update in a couple days because I'm sure things will change again, but that's where we stand for today, May 20th. We hope you stay well, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and we'll see you soon. Thanks.